Hello, hello, my friends. Raise your hand if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of sales going on this weekend. Me. In this video, I am hoping to alleviate some of that stress and anxiety by sharing with you guys what my top recommendations are. I've actually kind of been browsing over some of these sales over the last couple of days. Now, some of the sales, like KRINGLE, they've already started their Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. So has SLATKIN & Co. QVC has. Sniff is another brand, you guys, that I've been talking about them, right? I've kind of fallen down the rabbit hole with that brand lately. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be covering the KRINGLE Black Friday sale, the what's going on over at QVC and Homeworks. I'm also going to cover Sniff, what I anticipate to be going on there. And then Ulta is another brand that I shop from. They do like fragrance and beauty and all that kind of stuff. I know that most of you guys are here for candle content, so I will make sure that I do all of that at the front of this video. I will also have everything listed in the description box down below with timestamps for you guys. If there are any affiliate discount codes that I have, those will be listed down there as well. A lot of affiliate codes are probably not going to work with the sales that are going on, but you never know. Sometimes they can apply to route protection, or in the case of brands like KRINGLE, maybe you're wanting to throw a full price item in there because I am going to be talking about a couple of those. You might be saying, well, that's not a deal. No, but we'll talk about that when we get there. And then I also have a couple of perfume recommendations that I have to make in case you are looking for some new perfume, either for yourself or somebody on your Christmas list. So if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. If you're new here, hi, I'm Katie. I do talk predominantly about candles here on my channel. I do hauls, dedicated reviews, empties, all that kind of jazz. So again, if you're looking for some good candle reviews, I think you might like sticking around here. This video might be a little bit lengthy. I hope that I may be able to accompany you, maybe if you are doing a lot of your Thanksgiving preparations. I know that as for me, I'm filming this video on Tuesday, November, what would that be, 25th? And I know tomorrow I'm going to start doing all of my Thanksgiving prep. I am actually hosting Thanksgiving at my house, hence the fall decorations still are up. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into some of these sales, what I would recommend, what I'm also going to tell you maybe you might want to steer clear of, or I don't think it's that great of a deal. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Let's go ahead and start out with KRINGLE, since that's a brand that I shop with a lot. And truthfully, you guys, they have some of the best deals I have seen across the board out of all of the brands. So KRINGLE has quite a few things going on. They have 25% off, 30% off, 50% off, 60%, and then some things are 75% off. So I think, why don't we go ahead and start out with the best deals at KRINGLE. But really, you guys, where the good deal is going to be on that 75% off, rack is the large country jars. Now, there's a lot of medium country jars. If I know that we're all aware of this now, country candle is now really being pushed out. And I think by seeing these candles 75% off, this is like definitely, yeah, we're getting rid of this stock. The large country jars are listed for $7.75. Now, to put that in perspective, those are normally $31. And you guys, there's a couple that you're going to see in a haul coming up, whenever they ship that out. I know that KRINGLE is very, very busy with shipping right now with this huge sale. So I don't anticipate sharing that haul with you guys for probably another maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But the large country jars are on sale, and I just want to give some recommendations for ones that I would highly, highly recommend. The first one being that I don't have it here in front of me, but I did pick up a backup of it, is the fragrance Peppermint and Cocoa. Now, if you have ever smelled the Starbucks drink, it smells very authentic to that fragrance. So Peppermint and Cocoa, if you're somebody who likes peppermint fragrance, it's a very like authentic peppermint hot chocolate fragrance. That one is a great one, $7.75. There's a couple of other large jars that are not really necessarily Christmas, but again, I think at this point, those of us in the candle community, I think we're pretty set for Christmas fragrances. But if you're looking forward to things that you want to burn in the warmer months, or maybe you like to burn, things that remind you of the summer during those dark, dreary winter days. May I suggest, you guys, this is the one that I think is probably, I'm sorry, I keep looking at my list over here. This is the one that I would say is one of the biggest sleepers that I saw listed on the website. It is the fragrant blueberry milkshake. Now, don't let the title fool you. You guys, this was released as a limited edition back in the summer of 2024. And initially, I didn't purchase it because I saw blueberry milkshake. You list milkshake, I'm going to be a little bit concerned about lactonic notes. But you guys, look at the fragrance notes. Blueberries, vanilla, pie crust, fruit, filling. If you like a blueberry pie fragrance, this is it. Purchase this fragrance. Spoiler alert, I did buy a backup at that $7.75 price point. I couldn't resist. So I purchased this last summer. You can see I've already gotten halfway through the burn on this one. Really enjoyed it. So $7.75. This is probably going to be, this one and the Peppermint Hot Cocoa, I'm going to say, are probably my two top picks of the country candle jars. Other ones that I would highly recommend are coconut and blueberry tart. I did initially, I want to say I had that initially in a large jar and I got really good performance out of it. I believe I had it in a medium jar last summer and I didn't have great performance. So that is the one thing that I am going to give a little bit of caution. If you're looking at the medium-sized country jars, if you have a small space, they might perform okay for you. But I do find that the large country candle jars, for whatever reason, perform better for me in terms of strength and throw than the medium-sized jars. So the medium ones, they do well in like smaller rooms, or if you're going to plan to burn them in a hurricane or maybe just crock them. But those are listed at like $6 and some change, and the large jars are $7 and some change. Now, granted, there might be the fragrances that you might want might be available in those medium size, but just wanted to let you guys know. A couple of other fragrances that I've had and I would either like encourage or just give you some feedback on. Sand and Santal smells a lot like Yankee Candle's Sun and Sand. So if you like that one, that would be a good summertime fragrance. It's kind of in that like sunscreeny type of vibe. And then here's one that when this candle came to me, I can't remember if it was the spring of, I think it was a spring 2023 release. It was Grapefruit and Rosemary. And I remembered getting it in on Cold Sniff and I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this one. However, that candle upon burn, I actually really liked for like kind of like spring days, or you want like a clean vibe going on in your house. I actually really like pairing that fragrance with my beloved Rosemary Lemon from KRINGLE. So that's another one. I actually did end up purchasing that because I have a 4-wick of the Rosemary Lemon. And again, I really like that pairing. There is a candle that I saw listed on there, you guys, that I am going to say I did not like it. I know my friend Drew is going to throw this one into his cart, the Charred Pineapple. Kidding, he is not. He and I both share the same sentiment that fragrance to us smelled a little bit like natural gas, like what you cook with. Something happened midway through. So I would say Charred Pineapple. Maybe if you're going to crock it, maybe it'll be a little bit different, but that fragrance was just not for me. So 75% off, those are the candles that I recommend. Now, 60% off, those are most of the 3-wick vessels. So we've got a lot of the painted 3-wicks. Here's the thing that I'm going to say about the KRINGLE 3-wicks. Like most brands that I am experiencing with the 3-wick vessels, you're going to probably get pretty good performance at least halfway through. KRINGLE, even to some degree, I find that it's more like 2/3 of the burn on those 3-wicks. But you might get puny wicks. And the other thing you might want to be cautious about is that I do find on those 3-wick vessels, the lower the wax pool gets, sometimes the wick clips do detach. So you might want to be cautious about that. But regardless, those are on sale. The painted 3-wicks are on sale for $10.40. But that new 3-wick vessels that they did in the spring, and then they just released some for the fall and winter. That was them basically being economical and using up a lot of the wax and the vessels and the oils that they had. There are a couple of fragrances in that lineup. Those typically retail 3 for $33, so they're like $11 each, but those are listed for $9.60. And I am going to say that there are 3 that I highly, highly recommend. 2 I've actually already finished burning. Grandma's Lemonade, very much in the camp of Bath & Body Works Limoncello. It's a very, very sweet, sugary lemonade type of fragrance. got excellent performance out of that one. I did do a dedicated review here on my channel, but that's just a great sugary lemon type of fragrance. So if you like those type of scents, Grandma's Lemonade was a great performer. Christmas Treats, I did a dedicated review on that one within the last couple of weeks. That to me, I am just going to say, you guys, there is a slight apple note in there, but to my nose, it comes across more like cinnamon roll filling. Great fragrance if you're a gourmand lover for the winter time, very cozy. My daughter walked out of the house, out of her bedroom one morning and said, "Ooh, are you making cinnamon rolls?" And I had to disappoint her and tell her, no, there's no bready note to it, but that does smell kind of like the filling of a cinnamon roll. So spoiler alert, I did purchase another one of those. And then another fragrance that I have not burned yet, but it smells great on cold, and other people who have burned it already have said that this is performing quite well. And again, those other two that I had that I've recommended, they were very strong for me. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and recommend it. So if you liked this fragrance this was a 2024 limited edition release in Country Candle. If you liked Banana Bread, now I purchased this back in August when I was at the KRINGLE store. I saw this sitting on the Country Candle shelf, and it was the only one. And I know that this is a discontinued fragrance. So I was like, I'm going to get that as a backup. Love this scent. It has fragrance notes of banana bread, vanilla, homemade bread. Now this you can't get your hands on anymore, but you know what you can get your hands on? Warm banana loaf. Warm banana loaf has fragrance notes of ripe banana, fresh baked bread, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. You guys, these are the exact same fragrance. So if you liked that Country Candle banana bread, get your hands on the warm banana loaf, because it is the exact same fragrance. That was confirmed to me by KRINGLE, and also my nose is telling me that. And this is on sale for $9.60. Now, again, you guys, this is as of the last time that I checked the website, which was last night. I honestly didn't log on this morning. So I hope some of these are still in stock, but those are my top recommendations that are on the 60% off page. 50% off items that I would recommend. They have some large two-wick vessels, and there are actually some four-wick vessels. Now, my favorite one, you guys, actually, I think I posted about it on my community page when I told you guys that I had placed a Black Friday order, and it has already sold out. But they did at one point have my Autumn Amber in the four-wick listed for 50% off. I panicked a little bit, and I messaged my contact over at KRINGLE. I said, please tell me that is not being discontinued. He said, no, we're just trying to clear out some fall inventory. I said, phew, because you guys all know that fragrance smells a lot like Bath & Body Works Autumn, if you like that fragrance. So that's already sold out, unfortunately. But again, last I checked, here are the fragrances that I would recommend that are listed for 50% off. Apple Pumpkin Pie has moved over from the Country lineup to the KRINGLE lineup. Those two-wick large jars are listed for 50% off. Autumn Spice. Kittens and Cashmere I saw in the two-wick and the four-wick format. If you like Bath & Body Works sweater weather, Kittens and Cashmere is like a cousin. There's a little bit more mint in it, but love that fragrance. And of course, I love the label because I'm a crazy cat lady. Leaf Peeper, similar to Bath & Body Works Leaves. I think it's done a little bit better. 2 and 4 wicks, those are available. I would caution you guys, the 2-wick, I did have lower strength and throw than I would have liked, but that one pairs really nicely with Autumn or Autumn Amber. There are 2 Reserve fragrances that I would also recommend that those are listed for 50% off. The Reserve Orange, Riley, let me know if you picked up more. One of my subscribers, Riley, I know that she really loves that Reserve Orange. We've talked about it. I actually didn't purchase a backup of it yet just because I think I kind of oranged myself out. I've got a lot of fragrances, but that's a great just basic orange scent. And then the fragrance Sweet Geometry. You guys, I'm not always one who loves cherry fragrances, but that is a really nice cherry sorbet type of fragrance. There's a couple of other fruit notes in there that kind of tone down the like cherryness of the cherry. So Sweet Geometry is another fragrance that is currently listed for 50% off, and I would recommend. There are some fragrances that are listed for 30% off. Most of those are Reserve candles, and the one that kind of caught my eye the most is the fragrance Smoke and Oak. Very underrated candle. I feel like not a lot of people have talked about that one, but if you like kind of more masculine, boozy types of fragrances, check that one out. I actually have, I didn't purchase one because I already have another backup in my collection, but that's a really nice evening burn. Very, very nice, like bedroom vibes. So Smoke and Oak is the one that I would recommend off of the Reserve lineup. 25% off items. Some of those are more like Christmas holiday types of fragrances. Now, not all of the Christmas and holiday scents for some reason are listed in there. But the ones that I did see that are 25% off, again, I don't feel like 25% off is the best discount, but with Kringle, because unless you're living in Massachusetts or nearby, unless you're in driving distance, most of us are going to be paying for the shipping at Kringle anyways. So if you're wanting to save some money on shipping and you're looking for some Christmas candles, the ones that I would highly recommend, Cozy Christmas in a 4-wick. You guys, that's a beautiful fragrance. There's kind of like a distant orange note with like a hearth side fragrance. It's in the same vein as, say, like Bath and Body Works Winter. I am going to tell you guys, I am currently burning the new Frosted Dawn from the Winter Flight. That candle will be releasing on next Thursday, December 4th. That fragrance to me is almost spot on Bath and Body Works Winter to my nose. So if you like that fragrance, I'm going to do my very best, you guys, to get a dedicated review up on that one prior to the launch. But it's going to pair really nicely with Cozy Christmas. Dare I say, you guys, I actually think I like Cozy Christmas just a little bit more because it's got that orange, it's clove, there's a little bit of a hearth side note. But again, if you like their Snowy Bridge, if you like Bath and Body Works Winter, Cozy Christmas is going to be right in your wheelhouse. Another fragrance that I recommended in one, or actually there's two fragrances that I recommended in the like top tree fragrance candles. Here Comes Santa Claus. That is a country candle that was initially launched in 2024. They moved it over to the KRINGLE lineup in a large 2-wick tumbler. It's only available in that format right now, but that is currently listed for 25% off. That is a very nice, fresh, it leans a little bit more spruce to my nose, Christmas tree type of fragrance. So if you're wanting like a good fresh tree scent, Here Comes Santa Claus. Juniper and Laurel is also listed, and I would recommend getting that one in the 4-wick. Juniper and Laurel, actually, you're going to see it in my empties video. I've actually already finished burning it. That is a very nice, sophisticated tree type of note. It's not warm, woody, sweet to me. It's definitely got a little bit more green and sophistication going on, but it's a beautiful scent. I know a lot of people love that one. That is listed at 25% off in a 4-wick. So 4 wicks of Cozy Christmas, Juniper and Laurel, and there's only a 2-wick of Here Comes Santa Claus. But again, if you're still on the hunt for a good tree scent and you like things that are a little bit more piney, you would want to go with the Here Comes Santa Claus. And then another fragrance that I just finished burning, but I've purchased multiple times, is the fragrance Cranmary. If you're somebody who likes good cranberry scents going into the holiday season, that is another one that I would recommend. And you can burn that with like Away in a Manger. You can burn that with an orange scent, and it's a really nice combo. The last thing that I am going to say, you guys, these are fragrances that, again, these are not on sale right now. I do have an affiliate discount code with Kringle. It's Katie15. It will save you 15% on full priced items. There's a candle that came back into stock last week, and I believe it was a reserve scent in 2023. It was either 2022 or 2023. I want to say it was 2023 in their Christmas reserve. It is the fragrance Christmas Lights. Now, Christmas Lights, to me, is a sister fragrance to their all-time best-selling fragrance, Christmas. So you better believe I placed an order for 2 of those when I saw those in stock last week. Christmas Lights, I would highly, highly recommend, you guys. I got good performance out of it when I had it 2 years ago. And again, it's a complementary fragrance to their Christmas scent. And the other fragrance that I am going to recommend right now that is still full priced is the fragrance Christmas. Christmas is back in a 4-wick. It was out of stock, but again, they've repoured more, and now it is back in the 4-wick. So I did go ahead and purchase that, you guys, because that is one of my all-time favorite Christmas fragrances. If you caught my collab video that I did last weekend with a couple of my friends here on YouTube, you guys know that Christmas was mentioned not only in that video, but I also mentioned it as one of my all-time favorite tree fragrances. So if you are interested in the Christmas 4 4-wick, that is back in stock as well. So if you're shopping the sale and you're wanting to save some money on the shipping costs by just combining everything, I would highly recommend getting Christmas lights and Christmas in a 4-wick. There is another candle, you guys, that I recently hauled that I wanted to share with you guys that it is not listed on the website right now. It is currently out of stock, but if this one pops back into stock in a 4-wick, get it. It is the fragrance Cozy Cabin. This is one of the scents that I love burning after the holidays. Fragrance notes are firewood, cedarwood, brown sugar, cinnamon bark, vanilla, and warm maple. This is one of those scents every winter. I love burning this like after the holidays. Somebody once told me, they're like, it smells like wet wood. And I'm like, oh no, I love this. There's a sweetness to this from the maple and from the brown sugar in here, but this is not a gourmand scent. You get some of that firewood note going on. It's just stunning. Now, I will say, I'm giving you a bunch of spoiler alerts, you guys, to what my KRINGLE Black Friday haul is going to be. But I did purchase one of my favorite fragrances to burn this alongside is with the fragrance Snowy Bridge. Now, I've always gotten light performance out of the 2 wicks of Snowy Bridge, so I did purchase a 4-wick of Snowy Bridge, and I'm planning to burn Snowy Bridge with Cozy Cabin after the holiday season, more so in the month of January. But that's those are my recommendations for KRINGLE. I am briefly going to touch on Yankee really quickly. I did want to let you guys know that I did do an exchange last week over at Yankee. I did decide to go ahead and exchange my cranberry chutney. You guys, I don't think I really loved that one on Cold Sniff. I know it's been a fan favorite, but to me, it wasn't giving me the vibe that I was hoping for. So I did go ahead and take it in, and you guys know what I exchanged it for. My beloved Home for the Holidays. I won't go on anymore about this, but I did get another Home for the Holidays. And the thing that I did buy at Yankee, I did buy a little, like, I think this is kind of like a little candle sleeve type of thing with one of their poinsettia. You know, we've got poinsettias here. I decorate my kitchen with a lot of poinsettias, like that type of decor. Poinsettias, cardinals, that's kind of the vibe I've got going on in there. So I have heard that using these Illumilids with a sleeve kind of helps with these single wick vessels. So I had some extra rewards cash, so I did purchase those. But the other thing that I did do, you guys, was I did exchange the Polar Express 3-wick that I bought in the Yankee haul a couple of weeks ago. I am going to say this, you guys. If you're buying from Yankee, I would recommend getting the 2-wick tumblers over these 3-wicks, because these 3-wicks, like I mentioned, I'm getting that puny wick syndrome. I haven't lit this one yet, but this is the fragrance North Pole Frost. Now, this fragrance to me, you guys, this smells like a little bit of a cross between Bath & Body Works Twisted Peppermint and their Crushed Candy Cane fragrance. So I like it enough that I thought, you know what, even if it burns badly, I can go ahead and stick this in a candle crock. But this is a nice fragrance, mixes with a lot of, I tend to like to mix peppermint fragrances with chocolate scents, which you guys know I gave a good review on that hot chocolate from Yankee Candle. That is one that I would recommend for all of you guys. So I think as of this morning when I checked, Yankee was running a buy 2, get 2 on their website. I don't know if that is their Black Friday sale or not, but those are just the things that I would probably recommend from Yankee. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about SLATKIN & Co. Their website right now, I believe, is running 40% off site-wide. I do have an affiliate code with them. It is Katie's Joyful Life. It should say 15% off of orders over $40, but I don't think that that's going to combine with the sale that's going on. You can try it, see if it works, but if not, you guys, I'm always going to tell you, save the 40% over the 15% any day that ends in Y. Okay, so last I checked, these were the candles. There were some 4-wicks that were still in stock. You guys, the ones that I would recommend, Christmas Joy, White Birch, Highland Fir and Vetiver, Hot Cider Donut, Limoncello Cupcake, Spun Vanilla Sugar, Birthday Cake, and Autumn Pumpkin. Those are the ones that I have burned. Those are fragrances that I really love. In fact, Hot Cider Donut and I believe Limoncello Cupcake and Spun Vanilla Sugar are also available in other formats like the hand soaps and in those big Luxe candles, which you guys, we're going to talk about some Luxe candles here in just a moment. I would highly recommend any of those formats. They do really well. Now, there are some luxe candles if you're wanting to look into a luxe candle. The ones that are listed on there, first and foremost, they have a specialty 4-wick that is available only in, it's like a smaller one. I want to say that those retail for around $42. The fragrance Crackling Fireside, I really like that scent. You guys, it's kind of like a sweet hearth type of fragrance. I've had that in the past and really enjoyed it. Harvest Leaves in the luxe size. Again, if you're somebody who's maybe wanting to burn that throughout the holiday season, I know my friend Melanie does. For me personally, it's more of a fall fragrance, so I've put it away in my closet for next fall. But that is one that I would pick up. Again, I think Autumn Pumpkin is available in that luxe size as well. I would recommend that one. But here's one, you guys. I actually alluded to it. Let me move all this stuff around here because I definitely don't want to be breaking anything. But I teased this, I think, in one of my videos. I teased that I had purchased this, you guys. But here's a fragrance. I'm just going to say, you need to know that you like this one in order to get it in the luxe. This is not a fragrance for everybody. I happen to love it. I call this the James Bond of all candles, but this is the fragrance Black Tie. Now, Black Tie has fragrance notes of patchouli, aged bourbon, Palo Santo, and smoked vanilla bean. Mine has a pour date of April 26, 2024, and oh baby, is this one strong on cold sniff. You guys, there is something about this fragrance. Now, this is definitely a winter evening burn for me. It's not smoky. This is more of like a boozy candle. I have described this as what I think James Bond smells like. It's sophisticated. You get a bourbon note in there, but it's not overly boozy. The patchouli is there, but again, it's not like dirty hippie patchouli to me. It smoked vanilla bean, Palo Santo. I mean, you just look at the fragrance notes here and you know I'm going to love it. Bourbon, Palo Santo, smoked vanilla bean. The things that I love. This is so good. I do have a review of this fragrance, I believe in the 3-wick format, but I know that this was listed on QVC last year in a luxe, and I kept eyeing it, and I was like, I just can't bring myself to pay that money. And so this year when it came over to the SLATKIN & Co. website, I did have a gift certificate to use there, and so I went ahead and purchased it. But again, you guys, I would only recommend that fragrance if you have smelled it before and you've loved it. Now would probably be the time to get it at 40% off. Okay, now while we are talking about these luxe candles, let's talk about QVC, because there are some larger Hallmarks candles that are already on Black Friday sale over at QVC, and these are the ones I'm going to recommend. Now, if you caught my favorite Christmas candles video, I did mention that this Woodside Holiday Traditions, this is all part of the Elton John collaboration with SLATKIN & Co. I did recommend this fragrance because to me, you guys, this smells spot on to Nest Holiday, which is one of my favorite fragrances. Now, I recently just purchased this in the red vessel. I purchased the gold vessel last year. This is 50 ounces of wax, and right now I believe it's on sale at QVC with free shipping for $79.98. So you can see there are 5 wicks. I did take some B-roll of this as well. I'm going to straighten out that wick. Oh no, actually there's 6 wicks on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 wicks here. So they've got a few more wicks on it. Fragrance notes here are listed as fresh orange, pomander, fresh orange. Let's see, is there a comma? No. 41-year-old eyes here. Fresh orange, pomander, fir balsam, amber, cinnamon bark. Yeah, if you've smelled Nest Holiday, that's what this smells like. It's just one of your quintessential holiday fragrances, very sophisticated. This is actually the fragrance that I plan to burn on Thanksgiving Day. I actually really like this fragrance for for Thanksgiving. The only complaint that I have heard about a lot of these is that the paint does chip kind of easily on these, so you might want to be on the lookout for that. But Woodside Holiday Traditions, I would recommend. I'm going to set that down here. Very professional. Okay, the other fragrance, this is the one that I am going to say probably more than any, like if you only purchase one luxe candle from any of the ones that are on sale, This is the one from the Elton John collab that I'm going to say get. And this isn't even a wintertime candle to me. This is more of a spring and summer candle. This is the fragrance Tangerine Palazzo. So last year, I ended up getting this. Last year when they initially did the Elton John collab, SLATKIN & Co. did send me, they sent me like the advent calendar that had like, I think there were 12 fragrances and like these little votives. I smelled the Tangerine Palazzo and I was like, I need that. And so, of course, they released it in a luxe. I ordered it from QVC. I am actually about halfway through that luxe candle. The thing that I will say with all of these luxe candles that you might want to be aware of, performance in terms of strength and throw, all of them have performed very strong for me. I have not had any issues with strength and throw. The downside I am going to say is that you do need to watch them for sooting. They do tend to soot a little bit more, particularly the further down that you get with wax. So you might want to be aware of that. But if you pick up any fragrance, get this Tangerine Palazzo. Fragrance notes on this are tangerine zest, Italian orange, apricot, and sandalwood. You guys, this is so good. This is not your typical orange candle, your typical lemon. It is tangerine, and it is tangerine goodness. I absolutely love this one. Now, how do I have another one? SLATKIN & Co. was kind enough, because I am one of their affiliates. They did reach out to me during Christmas in July last year, and they sent me this as like a thank you for PR. They gave us the option, and I was like, I will take another Tangerine Palazzo. Thank you very much. So if you just buy one luxe candle, I'm going to say do this one. I feel like this is a fragrance particularly that will go over really well as a gift. Oh, it's really good. And all of these luxe candles, as of the time that I checked, the Black Friday sale on the luxe candles are that they are listed for $99.98. There are 80 ounces of wax in these, and they also include free shipping and handling. So that is the luxe size candle that I would highly, highly recommend. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. They do also come with beautiful boxes. In fact, I forgot to bring the box in for this one that they just recently sent me. But they do come beautifully boxed, so they make great gifts if that's what you're thinking of. The other fragrances that they offer, the Midnight Woods fragrance smells a lot like Baccarat Rouge 540 to me, so if you like that fragrance. I do also recommend Making Spirit Spice. I did do a review on that one. Well, actually, the review went up today. I'm filming this on Tuesday. Making Spirit Spice, I do recommend. I think on the website it's listed as Sean's Making Spirit Spice. The other one that they actually just sent me is the fragrance Wood Smoke. What is this called? Wood Smoke Vanilla. So this is part of this year's Elton John collaboration. Fragrance notes on this are smoked vanilla bean, aged spices, faded leather, and cedar wood. Now, this fragrance, you guys, I did burn this the other night. This is a nice fragrance. Once again, not necessarily a holiday fragrance, which I think that they did a good job with that, because truthfully, I think some people might be wanting to purchase these as Christmas gifts. And for me personally, I don't want to get a gift on Christmas Day that reminds me of, like, it's overly tree-like, or it just reminds me of the Christmas season. I wouldn't mind something that still reminds me of winter, and that's what this fragrance does. Is this like, am I clamoring for more of it? No. But do I like it? Yes, I do. I get some of that wood smoke in here. The vanilla is not overly sweet gourmand vanilla. This one's a little bit more perfumey. The leather note is nice. It's not overly like walking into like a saddle shop leather. It's nice. Again, not something that I'm clamoring for more of, but I think it'll pair nicely with black tie or like smoke and oak. I've got enough fragrances that I see myself pairing with it. Would I say that you should go out and buy this one? No, my top recommendation is going to be the Tangerine Palazzo and the Woodside Holiday Traditions. If you're looking at, like, you can only buy one or maybe two, those are going to be my top two. But I do like this fragrance. I will do a dedicated review on it as I get going. The other thing that I did want to let you guys know that they sent me this. It was part of the TSV over the weekend, and I did post about it. Now, here's a fragrance, you guys, that if they would have put this in a luxe, I actually would repurchase it. So this is the fragrance Fireside Mornings. So this was part of a TSV that was available in a single wick, a 3 wick, and then this, this room spray. Now, okay, the price tag on that is $47.98 right now. I think it was like 44 something, $44.98 with free shipping and handling. So it's only like what, like $3 more now, not on the TSV. Room spray, I like the room spray. Here's the thing, let's go ahead and just talk about the fragrance notes. Smoldering cedarwood, clove buds, suede leather, and amber. Okay, this is one of those scents, you guys. I got it in on cold sniff and I was like, I like this, but I wasn't sure what to think. I thought that I would love it on cold sniff. But smoldering cedarwood, clove buds. You get the clove, you get the suede leather, and the amber note in here. Here's the thing, you guys. When this candle is burning, there is a sweetness that comes out. I think it's the amber. Something about this actually almost gives off like a marshmallow type of vibe when it is burning, like you're roasting marshmallows over a fire. It's not overly smoky. If you want a smoky candle, that new KRINGLE one, Smoldering Ember, I gave it a try, you guys. I can't do it. But this is nice. This is when it's burning, I've got to say, what I smell when this is burning is very different than on cold sniff. Now, here's where I'm going to say, here's my criticism, okay? I want this to be in that luxe format because this one in the 3-wick, the first burn was doing pretty good for me. I had it burning in a hurricane in my daughter's room and I could smell it coming out of the room and I thought, oh good, we finally got a really strong 3-wick. I burned this then the next day after I posted about the TSV. I went on the website, or not on the website, I went into my room, lit this up, and you guys, I couldn't smell it. I was like, wait, what happened? Like this was performing so well yesterday. So the 1 wick, I'm going to tell you guys this, just put it into a candle crock and see if it'll smell, because I had this in a hurricane in my bathroom the other day and I couldn't smell it. And I was like, what is going on here? You know, which I don't know, you guys. So I'm just going to say, I think the price point, I don't like the package that it's come in. Now, if you did order these through QVC and you're not getting good performance, you guys can ship them back and get a refund. But I would have much rather seen them do this fragrance in a luxe size. In fact, I would have liked this more so than the Wood Smoke Vanilla in a luxe. I wish that they would have put this fragrance. The room spray I do like, but again, I feel like of the trio, would I have wanted to spend $45 to $48 on this, and this? Do I think that it's a good value? No, I don't. So I'm just being honest with you guys, and that was what was sent to me. Now, I would say that when this was on the TSV, based on the first burn of this, I thought that it was great. I thought that I had good performance, but I think it just happened to be the room that I was burning it in. So if you have a small apartment, maybe if you have smaller closed concept rooms and you're going to burn this in a hurricane, it'll work for you. But I'm going to tell you guys, even the hurricane, I had it burning in a different hurricane in my room. Maybe that was it. But I don't know, you guys. So I'm going to say maybe save your money on that one. Unless you see it go on like a deep clearance price, then maybe it will be worth it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to sniff. We're going to take a quick little break here because I've got to readjust some things. But coming up next, we're going to talk about sniff. All right, did we enjoy a little break there? During my break, I just realized that my microphone light was flashing at me and my other mic went out. I don't know when that happened. So I apologize if most of this video has been shot with my microphone going out. I really hope I'm not going to have to refilm this. If I might not, you guys, I don't know. We're just going to see how the editing process goes here. But anyways, we're going to be talking about sniff now. Now, here's the thing with sniff. I don't know what their actual website offers are going to be yet. I do know a couple of weeks ago they did have a 35% off early access. So I don't know if that's what their sale is going to be for Black Friday or Cyber Monday. The other thing that I did want to let you guys know is that the sniff is also carried in Ulta. And right now for the Black Friday sale at Ulta, sniff site-wide is 30% off. Now, The thing about Ulta is that they don't carry the entire sniff lineup. So you're probably going to want to like weigh which one is going to be the better option for you. The plus to ordering through Ulta is that it's easier to return products if you don't like them. But like I said, not all of the items are available through Ulta. And the other thing too is that the Sniff brand website has an amazing rewards program. So what I have found is that when you redeem rewards for like cash off of products, that will oftentimes nullify a discount. So you're just going to kind of have to like play with things. You're also going to want to pay attention if you use cashback websites like Rakuten or Retail Me Not, that they will more than likely have increased cashback going on this weekend. I know oftentimes for like Cyber Monday, sometimes they'll have like up to 20% cashback. So you're just going to have to figure that out. But I did want to narrow down some of the things that I've recently purchased from Sniff for you guys, share with you guys what I would recommend. So yeah, here we go. So I guess I'm going to go with some of the things that, some of these, if they are available, let me go with what I know is only on the Sniff website right now. So we all know, I've already talked about this fragrance. It's on my top tree fragrances. I did go ahead and get a 4-wick of the Old Saint Wick fragrance. I actually don't have the fragrance notes for Old Saint Wick in front of me, but you guys, this is a beautiful tree scent. There's warmth, there's sweetness to it. If you like Bath & Body Works Vanilla Balsam, if you like that vanilla note kind of coming out. There's no vanilla listed in here. Oh, you know what? I actually have Old Saint Wick. It's listed here as fragrance notes are Siberian Pine, Apple Blossom, Rosemary, Fir Balsam, Sandalwood, and Cedarwood. So you can tell why I like it. That Apple Blossom in here, there's nothing apple-y about it, but I do think that it lends some sweetness. This is beautiful blend of the pininess with the woodiness of a tree. Oh, I love this one. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I am going to say with this candle, just get it in the 4-wick. If you like tree fragrances, just get it in the 4-wick, because the 2-wick I did have some issues with the first half of the burn. In fact, Sniff ended up refunding me my money for that because I dealt with puny wicks. One of you guys commented that I think you commented on my Lost Claus video that you think that it's possibly the colored wax that causes an issue, because there's another 2-wick that I'm going to recommend that is a white wax and performs beautifully for me in that 2-wick format. But this one, 4-wick, I have burned this twice now, you guys. Strength and throw is phenomenal. This is a 9 in terms of strength and throw. Really, 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 really does well. So would highly recommend the Sniff 4-wick in Old Saint Wick. While we're talking about Old Saint Wick, I did also purchase the laundry detergent. I already have the box open here, as well as the scent booster. I am going to tell you guys, if you're going between the two, get the scent booster. You just put it in your fabric softener dispenser in your washing machine, and that seems to do the trick. I personally just use like Tide unscented pods. So I washed my sheets this morning with this. I don't feel like I needed the detergent as well. So you could probably skip the detergent, but just get the scent booster. I also like the scent booster in the fragrance Sugar Coat. I did just get this recently. It has fragrance notes of royal icing, vanilla bourbon, almond extract, tonka bean, white musk, and caramelized sugar. Really like this fragrance. I'm looking at getting it in, what's the fragrance? I can't remember. There's one, it's supposed to be almost like a coffee type of fragrance. That is exclusive to the Sniff website. So Old Saint Wick and this Sugar Coat, this is not available in a candle, but this is in the scent booster. I would recommend, I do like the scent booster in the fragrance Old Money, and I think that one is available on the Ulta website as well. There's another fragrance that I'm looking at, Sweet Ash. I'm looking at getting that. And believe it or not, I did like the pumpkin smash in the scent booster for the laundry. I did not like the candle though. There's something about the pumpkin smash candle that didn't hit my nose right, and I didn't like it. I actually got it. I redeemed rewards for it and ended up decluttering it right away. I did not like that fragrance at all. Now here's one, you guys. Here's a candle. Let me say, here's another candle that's exclusive to the Sniff website. Highly recommend. We all know Melanie and Drew love this one as well. This is Mornings at Leven. I don't have the fragrance notes right here in front of me of Mornings at Leven, but I do know This smells like chocolate chip cookies, but slightly elevated. It's not overly chocolatey. Great fragrance. I love pairing this with Kringle Candles Dalgona or their holiday roast candle. This one also burns really nicely with Caramel Sundays Bakery on Main. So that is one that I would definitely recommend. And even you guys, I'm going to tell you, this little 2-wick, I've got excellent performance out of. I didn't have any burn issues with this. So whoever, I can't remember, I'm so sorry, which one of you guys said that you think it's the colored wax, because look, this is white wax and it performs beautifully for me. But another candle that I purchased, because it was kind of, this one's a final sale. I think that this was released last year. I used some points to purchase this. This is in the big, 4-wick, 50-ounce vessel. This is the fragrance Winter Wonder. I believe that it's, they do a lot of collaborations with Tegan Gerard, or I honestly, I don't know who a lot of these people are. I'm a terrible, I don't know. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. So this is the fragrance Winter Wonder. So it comes in this beautiful packaging, right? And I pulled that off. So again, nice gifting. Let me see. Are the fragrance notes on here? No, they're not. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Now, this has almost got like a pretty soft pink type of wax color. And this is, again, a fragrance that's going to be nice after the holidays. There is some sweetness to this. It's kind of a vanilla scent, but there's a little bit of perfuminess to it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Snowflakes and Cashmere from Bath and Body Works, but elevated, a little bit nicer. My family likes this one. I think that this is going to go nicely with some of the tree scents that I like to burn, like the Enchanted Winter from KRINGLE, the new reserve scent. I think that this is going to be a really nice post-holiday fragrance. Again, there's some cleanness to it, but it still feels kind of wintry and sweet. So that one is also exclusive to the Sniff website. Trying to see if there's any other fragrances. Oh, okay. Talking about personal fragrance now. Burning Bridges. This is on like the last chance, or like this is on like their surplus or something. It's basically they're trying to clearance this out. Fragrance Burning Bridges has fragrance notes of vanilla, tobacco, iris, rose, fresh spices, freesia, and oakmoss. Now I bought this. You guys, this is really nice. This is kind of more of like a, this I kind of think of as being more of like a springtime scent, but it's not overly floral. I smell the iris and the rose. Like I smell the floral notes in here, but there is something that's kind of grounding to this. This reminds me a little bit of Lancome's La Vie Belle, but it's done better. I feel like it's not as patchouli heavy. Yeah, this one's just really, really nicely done. So Burning Bridges from Sniff, I would recommend. And then these are some of the other, well, this is a fragrance that was, this one is carried by Ulta, but it is already showing out of stock this morning. So I don't know if they're going to restock it. So you might need to buy it from the Sniff website. I did see this morning that this one is 30% off with a discount code. The fragrance Healed Away. You guys know I love this scent. This is one of my most complimented fragrances. I have one more fragrance that I'm complimented on a lot. I am going to tell you, ladies, this fragrance, and I'll let you guys know the other one. This fragrance in particular, men love this fragrance. My husband loves this fragrance on me. He also loves Nest Vanilla Bourbon on me. But this one, my daughter's boyfriend loves this fragrance on her. Every time I wear this scent, I get compliments on it. So particularly, I'm going to say there is nothing juvenile about this fragrance. Fragrance notes are pistachio, cream, Davana, Palo Santo, vanilla absolute, musk, and Orchinox. People smell this and they're like, it's vanilla, but there's something else going on. And I'm like, yeah, it's all of those other notes. There's a little bit of pistachio that lends some nuttiness, but it's sweet, but also kind of grounded. It's just a beautiful scent. I will say that if you are buying for, like, say, a teenager or a young adult, again, there's nothing juvenile about this fragrance, but I do not know anybody near my 17-year-old, almost 17-year-old daughter who does not love this fragrance. All of her friends, every time I wear this or she has worn this, people are like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. So if you're looking to purchase something for that age group, or maybe just for yourself, Highly recommend Heal the Way. This is also available in a candle. The 2-wick did really well for me. I might repurchase that in a 4-wick eventually. The other fragrance that is part of that collaboration with Alex L from Sniff that I do recommend is the fragrance Gentle Reminder. This one is more like, I feel like the sweeter. So like I would say Heal the Way I wear more so in the fall and winter. Gentle Reminder I would wear more in the spring and summer. This has fragrance notes of lavender, purple ube, milk froth, black tea, Palo Santo, and date sugar. A lot of people have said that this kind of reminds them of like a boba tea type of fragrance. It's sweet, a little bit sweeter than that. I do get some of that lavender, but this is not like calming lavender. There's a sweetness, I think, that's coming from the date sugar and the purple ube. But there's also something kind of milky and vanilla-y. And the Palo Santo note in here is the same Palo Santo note that's in Heal the Way. They're definitely in the same family. I think that they're cousins, just for different seasons. So I would recommend Gentle Reminder. That one is available at Ulta as well. One that is new to my collection is the fragrance Sweet Ash. I really like this one. Fragrance notes are juniper, bergamot, fir balsam, tonka bean, vanilla bean, and white moss. I just recently purchased this, you guys. This is a really nice fall and winter type of fragrance. There is a sweetness to it, but there's something that's almost kind of tree-like, not straight up Christmas tree. It dries down really nicely. It's clean, but it's not like your aquatic clean. I really like this one. This is available through Ulta. So I would say the ones that if you're not, there's 2 ways that you can go about this. You can either order it from Ulta and they have a really generous return policy, or if you order directly from the Sniff website, their return policy is a little bit more strict, but what you can do is you can order a little sample for $5. And what you can do is that you can spray that sample first before you open up the packaging. So that way, if you don't like it, you can easily return the product to Sniff. Now, the other products that are available at Ulta that I actually just purchased, another one of these yesterday, is the fragrance Hot Cakes. Now, Hot Cakes, I feel like this is the packaging. Still have the packaging. Hot Cakes has fragrance notes of maple syrup, melted butter, berry compote, buttermilk, pancake accord, sugared musk. I know that not everybody loves this fragrance. This one plays so nicely on my body chemistry. So Hot Cakes to me, you guys, I don't get any berry notes in there. Truth be told, you guys, I know everybody loves Crumb Couture. I don't like Crumb Couture on my skin. My skin does not like berry notes. It just does not interact well with my body chemistry. But this Hot Cakes, oh my goodness, you guys, pair this with another fragrance that I'm just going to tell you guys at Ulta. I'll tell you what to pair it with. It is the Saltaire Saltwater Vanilla. Get that body cream, put this Hot Cakes on top, and thank me later. It is such a good combination. Lots of compliments. I love this one. But this smells like freshly griddled pancakes, which you're like, why would I want to smell like that? Just trust me, you guys, this one works. It is so, so good. And I get pretty decent longevity out of a lot of my Sniff perfumes. So I've, like I said, I've collected quite a few. Hot Cakes is a repurchase for me. I've already gone through one bottle. So I did just recently buy this yesterday at Ulta when it was 30% off. And then 2 other body mists that you can get on the website as well as at Ulta. One, I ordered another one. It's on its way to me, is Extra Whip. This is a really nice vanilla fragrance. It's the same vanilla note that they put in that Heal the Way. But this is just like a nice, cold, creamy vanilla. It doesn't pull too lactonic or sour. You can top off pretty much any fragrance with this, and it's just going to like up the ante, I would say. Really, really nice fragrance. And then this is one that I got yesterday. This is the fragrance Hazel Split. Cocoa, hazelnut spread, creamy banana, coconut, amberwood, and musk. Now, I am going to tell you guys, this is a fragrance that I would probably wear more so in the summertime, but this is good, you guys. I actually sprayed this on me last night. These I have surprisingly good longevity with. Now, these are body spray. These are not, the eau de toilette like the other ones. But I get pretty good lasting power. This one, you get a little bit of like a banana note that comes out, but it's not overly banana. It's cocoa, but it's not, this is not like spraying like chocolate right on your skin. Hazelnut. This is one I see myself wearing more so in the summertime. Again, with that saltwater vanilla, kind of like an ice cream cone type of thing. I crack up. I either want to smell like a snack or like a very sexy man. Like there's no in between. I feel like those are the fragrances that I tend to go for. Every once in a while, I might want something outside of that, but otherwise, I love sweet fragrances. So those are the things, again, Sniff website or over at Ulta. I'm going to leave it up to you. So yeah, Ulta is 30% off. I just mentioned that Saltaire body cream is 30% off. I have not seen Saltaire go on sale. It is in the fragrance Saltwater Vanilla and Golden Hour. Those are two. I liked Golden Hour. I had that in the summertime. But again, my number one, like I just use it to layer with all of my perfumes, is that Saltaire Saltwater Vanilla. I think I have bought 5 or 6 tubs of it. In fact, I forgot to bring it out with me, but I'll pop a picture up, or I'll insert some B-roll to show you guys. But it is my number one like layering vanilla body cream. It just plays so nicely with everything else. Couple of other things you might want to know. Sol de Janeiro is 25% off site-wide on the Ulta website, as well as over at Sephora for Black Friday. So if you're somebody who likes a lot of these Sol de Janeiro fragrances, those are now 25% off. I would recommend those. My favorites are the classic Boom Boom Cream. I do like the Bea Flor fragrance. Bikini Season is nice. I think that's 48. That's more of a summertime scent. I like that one. Very sweet nectar type of scent. And then what's the other one? Oh, the other thing that it's kind of random that I'm going to throw in there. My very favorite mascara, Lancome Idole, is $14. And that is normally, I want to say, like a $30 mascara. So it's more than 50% off. I believe that Amazon also has it listed at $14. So that is my number one favorite. Last thing I wanted to show you guys are just a couple of more perfumes in case you are shopping for perfumes. Let me grab them real quick. Let's talk about some affordable options for perfumes. I'm going to say, you know, the Sniff perfumes are pretty affordable. I think at that 30% off price point, they are around like $45, I would say. So again, compared to a lot of like very high-end luxury perfumes, that's a good price point. Another house that I'd like to purchase perfumes from is Dossier. So I did recently repurchase a couple of perfumes from them. I purchased Ambery Saffron. I forgot to bring it out here. That's a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. I also purchased Woody Chestnut. That is supposed to be a dupe for Maison Margiela's Fireplace. By the Fireplace. I actually really like this fragrance on my husband. So I purchased it for him. The fragrance notes are pink pepper, orange blossom, cloves, mid notes of chestnut, guaiac wood, cade wood, base note of vanilla, Peru balsam, and cedar wood. Yeah, it's pretty much spot on to Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace. I've also bought my husband Aromatic Star Anise. This is the dupe for Dior Sauvage. So I'm not going to list off all of the notes because this is getting to be a very long video, but you can check off the Dossier website. I did also, I purchased another one, but I'm not going to talk about what it is because it may be a gift for somebody in my family. And then my all-time favorite one that I ordered from Dossier, though, I did order it in the larger one because this is the other fragrance that I get the most compliments on. Once again, my husband really loves this one on me in the spring and summer. I think that this is his favorite on me then, but a lot of men love this fragrance. It is Floral Marshmallow, which is supposed to be the dupe for Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. In fact, I did actually during the Sephora sale buy the travel size of the Kilian Love Don't Be Shy. They smell exactly the same to me on my body. So yeah, this is a very sweet fragrance. And it's funny because orange notes typically don't play well with my skin, similar to berry. My skin does not always like fruit notes on my body, but it loves this fragrance. Again, get a lot of compliments. So head into your store to check out Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, the Kilian Love Don't Be Shy, the little small travel size is $50. This bottle, I think, was $50, and this is one of the larger vessels. This is the 3.4 fluid ounces. And then Dossier, you know, if you bundle a couple of fragrances, I think I ended up buying like a total of 6 fragrances, and I think I spent like $120 or something like that. So got quite a few fragrances. The last brand that I just wanted to showcase really quickly Excuse me, throat's getting dry here. If you are looking to shop Small Business Saturday, there is a small perfume house that is called Wearable Gourmand, and it's owned by a lovely woman named Diana. She's actually a fellow KRINGLE ambassador, and she has a couple of fragrances that I know some of these are going to be being discontinued soon. So she's running, these were $35, I want to say. They're normally like $42. So she's running a little bit of a sale, but I did want to show you guys what my favorite fragrances are there. The fragrance Waffle Cone I got in a sampler last summer. I did just recently purchase this one. I love this fragrance on me. Very authentic to like a warm ice cream cone. There's a little bit of vanilla in there, but not too much. Again, pair it with that saltwater vanilla. I'm telling you guys, that has probably been my #1 discovery of the year. That and caramel sundaes. Like, I feel like those are like some of my top discoveries of the year. Let me know, you guys, if you would be interested in a video of me sharing just like what my top overall discoveries of 2025 were. Might be kind of a fun video, but really love this Waffle Cone fragrance. The fragrance Macadamia Dreams. I know that this is on the chopping block. I know that she is getting rid of this. If you like, if you want a better version of Sol de Janeiro 71, this is what you're going to want to go for. This is so good, you guys. Once again, wore this a lot in the summertime. This is more of a summer fragrance. I got compliments all the time when I wore this. My daughter wore this a lot. Yeah, really nice, warm, nutty type of scent. Sweet, but a different sweetness than the hotcakes. So really, really nice fragrance. And then these I bought when they were really little, but she has them listed on the website in these 1.7 ounce perfume sizes. The fragrance Wild Pistachio is really nice. Again, these are fragrances that I wear more so as like winter to spring transitionals because I'm seasonal with the personal fragrance that I wear. Wild Pistachio I really like, and I also like the fragrances Pistachio Marshmallow and Pistachio Ice Cream. These are very similar to my nose. There's slight nuanced differences, but both of them you're not going to go wrong with. And to me, you guys, if you like Bath & Body Works, what was it? Pistachio and Toasted Vanilla. It smells like that candle in perfume form. Really, really like this one. I like to wear this a lot in the month of January. So giving a small business shout out if you're wanting to support a small business. Go check out Wearable Gourmand. She's got a lot of great fragrances on there. I did also purchase a caramel. There's a caramel one. I purchased that as a gift for somebody else. And then she sent me a sample of the new coffee. I want to say it's like coffee ice cream. Is it coffee ice cream? That one is really good. I am actually contemplating purchasing a full-size bottle of that. Kind of gives me a little bit more longevity, what I wanted Brown Girl Jane Casino to be. They're different types of fragrances. Brown Girl Jane Casino, I love the fragrance, but it has zero lasting power on me. Wearable Gourmand does wear for quite some time on my skin. And like I said, they're pretty affordable. So last I checked, most of these scents were around $35. I don't know if there's going to be any further discounts for Black Friday, but great small business. So that was a pretty lengthy video, you guys. Let me know if you're still here with me somehow. Let me know. Are you going to be hosting Thanksgiving? Are you going over to somebody else's house? Are you bringing the pies? I went into Costco yesterday and I bought 3 pumpkin pies, 2 pecan pies. We are pretty much set for the Thanksgiving holiday, but let me know. Are you hosting, or are you on the team of like, I just show up, I bring something, but I just show up? I would be curious to know. Also, let me know if this video helped you out, if any of the things that I mentioned are favorites of yours. Again, I feel like this is probably one of the longest videos I have done, but I did want to kind of put a video all together to, again, kind of help just take away some of the stress. So the other thing that I'm going to remind you guys, a lot of these Black Friday sales that I'm seeing, to be honest with you guys, they're not that great. I mean, some of them are, like I said, the KRINGLE, like 75% off. That's a steal. But a lot of these brands, they're only offering like 25, 30% off. And I'm like, I've seen some of your products go cheaper than that throughout the year. So don't feel the need to have to buy everything all right now. I'm preaching that to myself, you guys, because I am somebody, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I get FOMO really easily, or I think like, oh, it's the time to buy backups. But truthfully, really go through your stash. See, is that something that I really, truly need/want more of right now, or will I be able to get that in another couple of months at the same price? If you're like me and just trying to evaluate your budget, that's probably the best strategy to take. Again, I would recommend signing up for Rakuten or Retail Me Not or other cashback websites, because I do notice that a lot of them do tend to give a lot of retailers enhanced cashback. If you're looking to buy like hair care products, skincare products, I know like for me personally, I love Clinique. I know sometimes they pair really high cashback with like a 30% discount. So then it might be worth it. But yeah, other brands that I like to purchase from, Pureology, Moroccanoil. In fact, I just purchased Pureology from Sephora the other day. They were 30% off. So again, look through your stash, try to budget things out. But I hope that this video was helpful for you guys to kind of just like weed through some things, give you guys my recommendations, things that I really like, things that I just think are kind of meh, and a couple of things that I said, yeah, you probably don't want to buy that. So let me know again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. I can feel a coughing fit coming on from all of the talking. My throat has gotten dry. So I think that's my cue to get on out of here. I do wish you guys all a very, very happy Thanksgiving, a happy holiday season. No matter what holiday you're celebrating. For me personally, it will be Christmas, but we got another month, right? We got another month until Christmas. So for right now, we're going to let Thanksgiving have its day. Wishing you guys all a very, very happy and safe Thanksgiving, and enjoy all of the good food. Comment down below what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. I personally am there for the rolls. I love the rolls. Don't really love turkey. I know, very unpatriotic. I actually don't really love the Thanksgiving meal. I'm there for the candied yams and the rolls and the stuffing, the carbs. That's what I'm there for. So yeah, anyways, you guys, I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.